Hi there, Reid Realtor here out of Pensacola, Florida. I am all bundled up in my down parka that I normally only wear when I go to Maine, uh, and my wool hat. Here we have freezing temperatures today in Pensacola. Actually, next few days are going to be chilly, but the normal temperatures are mid 50s in Pensacola this time of the year. January's mid 50s. So I don't know. We've got some Arctic blast happening. Anyway, nice day to get out, take a walk, and kind of show off my East Pensacola Heights neighborhood. It's one of the coolest neighborhoods in Pensacola. It sits on Bayou Tahar. You can see it behind me. We have a lot of live oak trees, big mature canopy of trees, and a mix of homes, whether they be 1920s craftsmen, mix of new construction, all kinds of properties, large and small. Makes for a nice eclectic style of neighborhood. Definitely not cookie cutter. And I've lived here for about 10 years now and can't imagine being anywhere else. Little known neighborhood. Not everybody knows of it. The East Hill neighborhood is better known. It's larger. And looks like I've got it. I had a neighbor thought I was going to catch here, but ended up going the other way. Anyway, thought I'd share this neighborhood with you on this lovely afternoon. Gorgeous day for a walk. Sold this house a couple years ago. Folks have made some nice improvements to it. It sold for just over $1 million when they bought it, and definitely increased in value since then. This little house behind me, this little brick cottage, 1950s, 2-bedroom, 2-bath, is for sale right now for $539. And the nice part about it is that you've got peekaboo water view, so one house off the water. House could use a little bit of work, but it has high ceilings, wood floors, open kitchen into the dining and living room, fireplace, circular driveway. The lot is small, great lock and go property for somebody who doesn't really need a lot of land and just wants to enjoy the view. This lot here right behind me is, people would be dying to get their hands on this, but I don't see this coming up for sale anytime soon. It's owned by a family that's held on to it for a very long time. This house behind me, this is newly built. These folks had bought an old fish camp, kind of like an old craftsman, a couple years ago, with my assistants, and they ended up taking the house down and built a beautiful brand new home. We've got a couple new builds here. These were built within the last 5 to 10 years. Used to be an old house sitting here. It looked kind of neat and interesting from the curb. It was sitting on a nice sized lot. It had terrazzo floors and vaulted ceilings, big beams. But the house needed quite a bit of work, had some issues, and that house was taken down and 3 houses were built in its place by a neighbor and very well-known builder in our neighborhood, Rick Sprague Construction. He's actually built a few of these houses that I'm about to show you in the Emmanuel Point area of East Pensacola Heights. So in East Pensacola Heights, which sits along Pensacola Bay and also the Bayou Tahar, it is south of Cervantes and Scenic Highway. It also goes north, but I'm going to just show you the southern part. In the neighborhood, there's a subdivision called Emmanuel Point. And in this subdivision, there are 4 gorgeous homes that sit overlooking the water. And the one at the end of the street down there just sold for $2.4 million just in December. Really set a nice precedent for the area. One next door to it, or a couple doors down, sold for 2.4 last summer. And this house here on the corner behind me, blue one, is currently for sale for 2.6 million. And it is lovely. Corner lot built just 2 years ago, all the bells and whistles, built by Rick Sprague. It does come with a boat lift or boat slip across the street. So the nice thing about this location is you've got views around you. You're high and dry. You still have a boat slip. Kind of the best of all worlds. And just a lovely spot to be. Anyway, take a little stroll down Chipley. And the neighborhood has, as you can see over me, it's beautiful live oak trees and Spanish moss on them. And this time of the year, some of our bushes do lose their leaves, like the butterfly bushes here, and some of the crepe myrtles, they all lose their leaves, but we have camellias. What a lot of people don't know is that in the panhandle of Florida, where we are in Pensacola, northern Gulf Coast area, farthest west in the state, is we have 4 seasons. We really do. I mean, look at me, I'm bundled up today. Now this is abnormal. It doesn't normally get cold enough for me to wear a parka, but we do have 4 seasons, and in the wintertime, all of our flowering bushes bloom. So we have camellia. We are in camellia country here. Camellias do really well. They're a flowering bush. They come in red and pink and white. We have a camellia society that shows off heirloom camellias. So there's really a following for that here. The other neat thing about our East Pensacola Heights neighborhood that a lot of people don't know is that we are the oldest neighborhood in the country. We're the oldest European settlement in the United States. We have a 450 plus year history. A lot of people aren't aware that we are the oldest neighborhood. St. Augustine stakes claim to the oldest continuous neighborhood or place, but Pensacola is actually the oldest. And we are in the process right now of making application with the Florida Trust and the National Historic Trust to get a historic place designation. So UWF, University of West Florida, has been doing archaeological digs on this site for, at least 10 years now. They actually have been diving on Spanish galleons in Pensacola Bay for about 10 years. They started actually in the bay before they even began on land. And there's about 3 old ships out there that they've been diving on and pulling up artifacts from when De Luna first came to this area. So it was De Luna, the explorer De Luna, that actually landed here and set up the first village or camp, I guess you'd call it. It was an army camp back in the day. So I'm coming to the end of the street here where I'm going to show you Pensacola Bay. It's a beautiful day out there. We've got this bridge that goes across the bay over to Gulf Breeze. It's 3 miles long, known as the 3 Mile Bridge, or now currently with the construction of the new bridge, it's called the Chappie James Bridge, in honor of Chappie James, famous fighter pilot and military officer. Anyway, this is overlooking Pensacola Bay. It is sparkling out there. In the distance, you can see Gulf Breeze. Yeah, so Spanish galleons are out there. UWF is diving on those. And they're working with a grant that they have on a application with the Florida Trust, who will review the application and then present it to the National Trust for Historic Preservation to have the East Pensacola Heights neighborhood designated as a historic site. It's going to include, I'd say about a third of the southern part of the neighborhood, and then a very large portion out in the bay and Bayou Tahar itself. So, a lot of people are wondering how is that going to affect, what I can do with my property? Is the government going to tell me what I can or cannot do with my land? And really, the trust is supposed to, if anything, have an overlay that really protects the neighborhood. So if, say, there was going to be, I don't know, some big infrastructure project or something that was going to happen, they'd have to kind of go through the National Trust, and National Trust would have to make sure that the site was protected. So it's supposed to give us this layer of confidence that that the historic preservation is in place. And walking by my violin instructor's house now. She has a classic Arcadia styled house on a beautiful floor lot. There's a house here I wish I had picked up when I could have about 20 years ago. Ugh. It's a really cute little craftsman. And in the back has a garage with a garage apartment. I haven't seen that to come up for sale in about 20 years. But there's a beautiful, you can see, just gorgeous different styles, Mediterranean style, craftsman, Tudor style, 1950s ranches, you name it. Very eclectic, non-cookie cutter neighborhood with really mature live oak trees, magnolia trees, pines, cedars, lots of azaleas. Very pretty when the azaleas are in bloom. It's one of my favorites. This place is flipping gorgeous. There's a house up here on the corner. Built in the 80s, 2-story. Just sold for $570,000. It's a smaller lot. Overlooks the bay. I'm anxious to hear or see what happens to it. The people bought it. It'll be interesting to see if they just hang on to it or if they tear it down and build up a beautiful Mac Daddy house, or if they renovate the existing home. It would be something if they could fix it up. The ceilings are a little bit low. Layout's a little bit weird. So it'd be interesting to see if they're able to do something with it. Coming up here on some land that the UWF purchased a few years ago, where they've done a lot of site work on digging archaeological site pits. In the summertime, you'll see the UWF kids who are off for the summer doing field work. Kind of cool to see. Lots of different people in the neighborhood have given UWF permission to do some digging. This is some protected land behind. You can see it overlooks the bay. So this would have been right where DeLuna first landed. and settled. High, dry ground above the bay. Walking up to another one of my favorites. Check it out. This yellow house, 2-story, draped. That's the live oak tree that frames it beautifully. Gotta love it. I'm gonna walk you up to a vacant lot that I've got for sale. Quiet day out today. Nobody's out. It's because it's too cold. It's too cold for Floridians to be out. Nobody has a jacket like what I've got. Big puffy. My boots on, my knee-high socks. Who would have thought? It's another example of different style of architecture in the neighborhood. Concrete house. It's actually the garage with an apartment over it. And the main house sits over on the bay. Really cool. It's like a bomb shelter. Really thick concrete walls and thick glass, very commercially constructed. Got little secret alleyways that run behind some of the houses. Got little pathways. It's nice. You could walk to Calvert's, a little neighborhood pub, great chicken wings and fish and chips. New Yorker Deli has great pizza. We just got our new coffee shop, Craft Bakery, just opened up here, which is a nice addition. Got Scenic 98 old-fashioned diner, one of those silver boxcars kind of style. I don't know what you call that. Yeah, and it's cold. So in the East Pensacola Heights neighborhood, you have 2 mini subdivisions. Very, very unique little spots that have their own HOA. The one down at Manual Point that I just showed you. And this one I'm about to show you, which is Lady Boss. It's made up of four different lots. So 4 properties. 3 of them have already been built upon. 1 left vacant. So you can see lovely quality of construction. Gorgeous homes. And This is the last lot available for sale. It's about 1/3 of an acre, level, ready to go. These are the last houses built in the neighborhood. Not a bad deal. Nice thing is you already know what your neighbors look like. So you know what kind of style the neighborhood it will be. It takes out all the guesswork, all the surprises. Anyway, that's my little walk, my little tour of East Pensacola Heights neighborhood today. Thanks for watching and taking your time to walk with me today. If there's anything I can do for you real estate wise in the greater Pensacola area or the East Hill, downtown, East Pensacola Heights, Bayou Tahar, waterfront properties, condos, beach property, luxury properties, you know who to call. Reid Realtor. You can follow me on Facebook for the most current real estate information on our local area. Always happy to take your call and talk real estate. Don't hesitate to reach out. Take care, and I hope you all have a great day.